Guys, welcome to Punch Drunk Sports. We are back, and we are live. Ari, what are we?
We are live. We are live.
We're live. I'm here.
Punch Drunk Sports.
Punch Drunk Sports live, coming down your throat. Spelled C-O-M-I-N-G. Don't make this gross. As we've always been known, we are a family show. Johnny's here. Ari's laying in his bed in New York City. And Aaron is here.
I just woke up.
We are back from Phoenix. Johnny and I got back at like 4 in the morning yesterday. Long ass drive.
Yesterday?
Yeah, long ass drive. I did a guest spot at Sam's thing at House of Comedy, and then we left
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday, and then we left right after that. We left at like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Damn, that's a long drive.
It's a long
boring drive on the way back with no fucking light.
Yeah, there's no nothing.
Pretty drive.
When did you get back to New York? When did you fly back?
I flew back Sunday morning. I went straight to D.C. to see my dad. Run the marathon. I got back right when he finished. He ran the Marine Corps marathon.
Your dad's no young man. Your dad like in his 70s maybe?
81.
Wow. 81 and ran a goddamn marathon.
Yeah.
I couldn't run a marathon if police dogs were chasing me.
Well,
I'd get about half a mile. I'm like, all right, you got me. You got me. You got me.
Yeah. That's the theme of the Marine Corps marathon. They chase you with police dogs.
That gives you a little motivation, I guess.
Yeah, they have the Holocaust Memorial Marathon where they really chase you down. Just like keep you running fast.
That'll get you. That'll just a trip down old memory lane. Now, what was your
the rabbit? You know the rabbit you got to chase for if you're greyhounds.
Yeah, is it wallet?
It's the Swiss border, and it keeps moving further and further.
I get that. What was your father's time in a marathon? When I was a full marathon?
Yeah, it was terrible. He kept cramping up. He said he had cramps for the last 11 miles, and he almost quit. But then his grandson, my nephew, went and fucking ran with him. You know, fucking Nike commercial style from the Olympics in '91. Yeah. And finished at 7:12, I think.
He finished a marathon though. Jesus.
He ran for 7 hours.
Yeah, he said he had to take breaks a while. But the weird thing of the Marine Corps marathon is they have this bridge, and if you ain't on it by a certain time, they just close it.
They blow it up with like one of those things you push down, and it's fucking.
They move cars in front of it, and they just let cars through, and they're like, nah, it's no longer part of the race. So my mom saw it. My dad went through, and then like they were there for like 30 minutes, like deciding. The cool thing about Marine Corps marathon, you can take the metro from spot to spot and just cheer on whoever you're rooting for.
Yeah.
You know.
Or instead of running.
Yeah, and then she saw all these people like 5 minutes too late, and like, sorry, like, come on, we just got here. Like, it's done. You're done. All your training, you're done.
Wow.
Just hop on that metro.
Yeah.
Hop on the metro and take the metro for the whole marathon.
That's what I would do.
Just sitting, a lot of people in the back of the metro with those like numbers on their chest and shit, just drinking Gatorade. Like, this is very hard.
Does he give you hope that you have like
good
you're gonna have a
genes?
long life and health into old age?
Yeah, except the problem is the studies have shown that people who are Holocaust survivors, as my dad is, a shocking amount live to over 100. Like it's way above the average. And they haven't figured it out why, but that's a real thing. My feeling is it just shows the benefits, even short term, of a diet low in trans fats.
I think you're actually partly right about like the starvation element of it, right? Like they're finding out now starving yourself is a way to.
And also probably just like
live
the
longer.
power of gratitude, of just
Maybe,
knowing
yeah.
how
I
bad
don't
things
really
can
know
get.
what it is, but it's way above any national averages.
Wow, that's not an annoying sound on a podcast. Ari opening the loudest blinds in New York City.
We are blind.
We are blinds.
live.
We are blinds.
We're kind of getting the girlfriend experience here. It's like what it's like to wake up.
Next to Ari?
Yeah, next to Ari.
I know, Ari's just yawning and stretching. Oh my God, that's so bad. There's a woman that wakes up and looks at that in the morning.
And screams.
Ugh.
Runs out of the apartment.
Ugh.
Yeah, with her glasses off. That's why it's out of focus.
Yeah, that's it. If her glasses are off, yeah.
No.
And then you just morning breath in your tongue right down her fucking
This is
gullet.
more disturbing than his shit.
Oh, we'll get to this weekend.
No.
You know what was speaking of Holocaust survivors, and all jokes aside, that shooting in Pittsburgh was terrible. And anti-Semitism through and through. But one of the victims that was killed was a 92-year-old Holocaust survivor.
Oh, come on.
Damn.
So she survived the Holocaust and then got murdered in America at 92 for being Jewish.
Yeah,
That's
man,
fucked up.
Yeah, she had a pretty good run.
But talk about not getting a break. She went to the wrong country.
I mean, that's 60 years. She went from 30 to 92 without any problems. Pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. It could have been way worse.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. From a Jewish standpoint, 11 people in a crowded Holocaust, in a crowded synagogue, that's just fucking... Your numbers are too low.
Jesus Christ. The best,
that's the problem with these non-Jews. They don't have stick-to-itiveness.
The dumbest thing that Trump said was, hey, it's another classic example. Had that synagogue been armed like a militia, this never would have happened.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Maybe they shouldn't. No one should be attacking them. Why would anyone want to like?
It's like every time there's a mass shooting.
Dude, they asked him not to go down, and I was thinking the same thing. Where the mayor of that town and
Pittsburgh,
and I think it's outside or former. I think it's right outside Pittsburgh. Or maybe it's Pittsburgh. And a former president of that synagogue was like, maybe he shouldn't come down yet, Trump. Like. He gets it, like you're the president, it's a mass shooting, you have to come down. But they're like, you just say the wrong thing too much.
You're just going to make it worse.
These people might even support you because of your stance on Israel, which is like very pro-Israel. But like, we don't need all your fucking crazy shit you bring with you. It's like getting teamed up with Tiger Woods. Like, I just don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's his answer for all this because he's so scared of the NRA that every time a school shooting or like the Vegas one. I mean, another classic example. If every single person at this concert had a handgun, maybe they could have fought back. It's like, we're not that's the one thing you can't take to a concert is a fucking handgun. You can't walk into a fucking church with a fucking gun over your shoulder because you're worried about a crazy person all the time.
Everyone hold up lighters like fucking faggots when they try shooting up a handgun in the air for classic songs.
Yeah. I know. You like the Wild Wild West. Who wants to hear Freebird? That'd be classic. Ari, you're back in New York, and then you're back out here. You're ping-ponging it, huh?
Yeah, I'll be back next weekend. Staying till Tuesday night. I've got to do a show in the main room, and then I think it's sold out. And then
you're running your hour?
I'm running my hour. Ari Shaffir Jew. If it's not sold out, you gotta get tickets like right now. And
get them now, because get them now. And I'm not saying this to suck your dick because I'm positive you're naked. And I told you when we were in Phoenix, this is the funniest I've seen you stand up wise. You're always you're always funny when we're fucking around, but I've seen you since you started doing stand up. Since you were a door guy days.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is the funniest I've seen your stand up, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it because you know how much I despise you. Well worth seeing, well worth the money. This is the best hour you've done.
Nice.
Very funny. And I watched all of it develop. I saw you do it at Skankfest. I saw you do it at the store. I didn't see it. How'd it go in Phoenix? Because I was doing a different show when you were doing your show.
I didn't do it in Phoenix. We did the joint show with 4 other guys.
Oh, the theater at the Orpheum.
Yeah. Can I now return the favor?
Please do.
Compliment. I've seen you hook up with a lot of chicks over the years.
Yeah, that's how did this one go?
The one you hooked up with on Saturday night was the grossest I've seen. Not only you hooked up with, but I think
anybody
hooked up with.
I can't get into the minutia of it without really getting in trouble, but off air I will tell you what a horrible person this was and how much I tortured her. Eleanor was like, on the bus, she goes, Thibault goes, she just randomly got on the bus to go to the Tempe Improv. And then got kicked out of the Tempe Improv, apparently. I mean, really? I had nothing to do with her at that. I have no idea what she even did. But then I didn't take the bus back. I just Ubered back because I didn't want to wait for the whole show to end because I went on kind of early. Yeah. And then when I got back, she was already back at the Stand Up Live.
What, she Uber back too?
I have no fucking idea, or got a ride from somebody,
Damn.
I have no fucking idea.
Dude, she was sitting on your lap all the time.
I couldn't get rid of her. But Eleanor was like, at one point in time, I heard you go, you look like Seal. She goes, I don't look like a seal. And then I go, no, the singer Seal. Ugh.
She had acne on her face.
Oh, yeah. And she had acne on her, and she had face acne on her back.
Ugh.
It was so bad. It got back to me before Thibault even got home that night.
Yeah.
I was in the green room with the amazing Jonathan.
How's he in person?
Since I was 14.
Well, I could have used him. I could have used him to make her disappear.
Yeah, he's like, he should have. He's like, what's that guy's problem? I was like, he drinks hard. He goes, damn.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, you got any dates you want to plug?
My European tour is coming, starting November 16th in Reykjavik, and then mostly though I'm doing my live shooting of my live table read of my script I wrote in college called Shooter. It's about a basketball player. The lead is being played by thespian from the show Billions, Dan Soder.
Look at you.
He's really good on that show.
Find a love interest and an enemy.
I have some of my regular gigs coming up. I'll be at the Comedy Store this week. I will be at the Dojo at 10:30 Saturday night at Sycamore Tavern. All of next weekend, I'll be at an Airbnb jail, so that shouldn't be fun.
Weird.
I'll be featuring for Michael Richards at HeckleCon on their very popular Bring Your Own Weapons night, so that can't go wrong. And I'll be at Bros and Buns in San Francisco's new super duper gay district all of tomorrow. And again, I'll be at Knock Knock, Who's There Black Guy on New Year's morning. So please get tickets to that. Let's talk about the big festival, guys. Before we even get in the World Series, I will say this show this year was crazier than last year's, and last year's you got urinated on.
Yeah, it was crazier than last year's.
I had to think about it too.
We paid off the bag of bets. The porno that we shot with Rannazzisi
was hilarious.
It's my highlight of my at least October for comedy.
Yeah, that was great. One of my favorite parts. We had two different homosexual men in the Phoenix area said they were going to show up because they wanted to be in the scene. Either they were there and didn't admit it and got chicken, or they just didn't go. But we had fans that stepped up. We had two fans that stepped up pretty much without a blink of an eye. They're like, oh, no problem.
They blinked. They were like, no. They're like, one guy was like, come on, dude, do it.
But it took all of 25 seconds. It took all of 25 seconds for that to happen.
It took a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, not many. Not many. I mean, they were pretty down for it. So
they bailed us out, though. Thanks to those guys.
Out.
I woke up.
They did get some good chicken parm out of it, though.
Sure did. So we did the whole. And before everybody's freaking out, here's a lay of the land. It's already up on Patreon. The video is also
there's no video of that, to be clear.
The video is also up on Patreon, and it goes all the way up until the porn starts, and then we kill the video, and then a certain hot dog bet also got paid off by the two of you. Congratulations, that was great. And that is also on there.
Well, that's the video's not up yet. Yep. But in the ATC video cuts off for that, the episode video. I have some video that I shot of it that is online right now.
Yep, and that's Patreon. Also on our Patreon. So subscribe to our Patreon.
Can I just say what Justin told me? So I went from there to the Orpheum show, and my agent Justin was like, I was like, oh, did you have a good time? He's like, sort of. I mean, I brought people from TBS to see you, and they're not really that impressed.
I think there was
I didn't know we were gonna do that.
I think True TV was also there. I think there was some other people that were there that were kind of like.
The fact is, I was like, well, you know what? At least they see what I'm capable of. If they like me,
you've got range,
fine.
baby.
If they don't, then it's like that might go down.
He's got range.
That's in my wheelhouse of shit to do. So they should know what I'm about.
Can you imagine this fitting into your fall lineup?
Yeah. Can you imagine this even fitting in your ass? Because you couldn't even get the hot dog in. Now that was a big surprise.
Yes.
Of any of the assholes that I thought would swallow a hot dog like a fucking hippopotamus eating a pumpkin, I thought it would be a no-brainer. But you actually needed it. You needed more of it.
Clogged up.
You needed more of a carrot than a hot dog. You needed to start thin and thicken up.
Real
thin,
and then goes out from there.
Yeah, But I mean, and there's a lot of controversy. You and I were on Steve's Rannazzisi's first podcast. What's the odds? And please, everybody, subscribe and download that and listen to it. Rannazzisi started a new podcast with Brenton Biddlecombe.
What's the odds? Is that really what's called?
Mm-hmm.
What's the odds?
Yep, and it's all about pretty much gambling and, you know, making picks and that sort of thing.
What is the odds? Is that grammatically sound? What is the odds?
It's what are the odds? Yeah.
Well,
What's the odds? But that's how people from Long Island talk. What's the odds you go to the supermarket today?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, and you and I were on the pilot episode, I guess you would call it. And
I gave a lock of the week that lost on a fucking. It picked six, an 85-yard pick six.
Which game was that?
Bills.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pats.
Yeah, because you took the 13.
It would have put me down 9. Instead, it was 19, and it was a 14.5-point spread. If they don't throw that pick, it's an easy field goal. Put me down 9.
Yeah, and it was a pick six with about 5 minutes left when they were about to cut it to a one-score game.
When New England's trying to run out the clock, even if they don't. That
was a boring game. A lot of field goals. I, in this game, lost to the Cleveland Faggots, which everybody has been making fun of Chad Zumach's team. He's done some really dumb things, like dropping a starting player and picking up somebody on IR that's been done for the year. He has made every fantasy football mistake one can make, including his draft, where I believe he picked 3 kickers.
Yeah, and he picked his first kicker in the 4th round of the draft.
And this guy is in first place.
And 3 quarterbacks.
And you just can't beat him.
How's he doing?
He's like 6-2 or something. He's in first place.
He's lucky.
And I lost to him by 4 points last night. And I had 2 good players going, Cordero Patterson and LaShawn McCoy. And all he had was the Patriots kicker, who then kicked like 5 field goals. I mean, it was 12. It was 12-6. He already had 4 field. He already had 4 field goals by like the second quarter. I'm like, you got to be kidding me with this. You just can't beat.
Well, he's in second now. He's tied for first place.
Tied for first place. Who has more points? Well, obviously, if he's in second, he doesn't.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of points relative to everybody else.
Yeah, because he just gets these weird lucky wins. I mean, make fun of Chad Zumach all you want. There's something magical about the Cleveland Faggots. That's just fun to say.
You're so right, though. Gostkowski had 13 points yesterday.
Ugh. Unbelievable. I have 2 starting players, one that's playing receiver and running back, and I still couldn't beat this guy. I mean, the odds were against me. So if you subscribe to our Patreon, you get a lot more footage from this weekend. We shot some videos. How much
is Patreon? How much is the Patreon?
You can do $1.
Yeah, to get everything though, like the episode and everything, is $5 a month to get the weekly.
$5 a month. What does the most people give?
$1.
Well, there are tiers of. I mean, you could give up to, I don't know.
You can give up to $5,000 a month.
And you get to have like an episode in your house every month or something like that. I don't
know. No, a team comes to live with you for 6 months.
But the serious thing is.
Well, guys, got to go to Peoria. Got to go to Peoria. No, I just sleep outside in your yard. I don't even come inside. You can just come out and kick me and make sure I'm alive.
That's fun. Okay.
So if you subscribe to Patreon, $5 a month, you get all of the footage from that is available.
For $10,000, you are in the all kinds of shit tier on our Patreon. We fly you out. You get a private show from the 3 guys. You get to watch Tate Fletcher choke Jayson Thibault, and you get 1 date with the Fight Nanny. For every $10,000, we'll do this every time you renew, every month. Although Ari might not be there after the first show because he's rich.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you get?
You get to watch Tate choke me. You get a date with a Fight Nanny.
We fly you out to L.A.
You fly out to L.A. and
for how much?
$10,000 a month. That's a sweet deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Tate chokes me every time I see him, and I don't even get a buck for it.
This is the real bargain, I think.
At least this is where I get paid.
For $5,000 a month, you get to have a new best friend. That's Jayson Thibault. That's the one where you fly to your house. You can do that every month, sleep on their front lawn.
Yeah, I didn't even come in. You won't even know.
How's Mickey Gall going to feel about that?
Good. I mean, I have to break him off some of the money.
Duck bricks, Gall.
I have to break him off some of the money. Yeah, so $5 a month, you get all the footage that's available. You get
see that photo?
all of
that's your sister.
That is
right?
my sister. Yeah. You get it's funny you you get and you get to and all of that is up on Patreon now. So you there is the audio, the whole podcast from Phoenix. The audio is
It's up now.
out.
Yeah.
It's out on Patreon.
So anyway, the Rannazzisi one, I lost a bag of bets, and now I have to. What the hell just happened? And now I have to pay off not bag of bets, but a bet with him, and I have to pay off. You guys there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I have to pay off Icy Hot, cup a bunch of Icy Hot, put my balls into it, and that's it.
From the one from his show.
From his show, and you have to give him 2 different joints, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we have a lawsuit going here? This sounds very similar to the bag of bets concept.
No. We were just making bets when we were on Steve's show, and I believe I owe him
No, he has a
2.
thing called the walk of wagers. And
Oh,
it's just a walk, and like a Chinese walk, and you put wagers in there.
The walk
Not
of
similar at all.
wagers. Yeah, that's totally different, actually.
Yeah, he seems to think so.
I definitely agree with him. Yeah, I think I owe him 2 pre-rolls, and I think you have to swab it on your testicles, or you are dunking your nuts.
Like push it into my hand, like fill up a whole thing into my cupped hand. Like
Oh,
this.
okay. You said cupped hand. I thought you said a cup.
Should really
Like,
let
that's
somebody
weird.
else do it. The other person should get to do that.
I think he can do it himself.
Should get to fondle my balls.
Yeah, just to make sure you get it applied properly.
It's covered, bro.
I don't know.
And how long do you have to leave it on there? Because I think it takes Icy Hot, as I recall, when you put it like on your shoulders or whatever, it takes a few minutes before you can actually feel it working.
That's really gonna hurt.
Well, it's icy at first, and then what you don't realize is it's also hot.
But you would think you would understand that with the name Icy Hot.
You would think so. Oh, there we go. A little light action.
Oh yeah, now I really can see you. What how long do you have to leave it on? Was there a stipulation to
Not specified. Just kind of like rub it into my ball like that. And then
Sam he's already out of that one. You didn't specify how long it has to be on. He's immediately washing it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's watching out before it even goes on.
Yeah.
Now anyways, that's what I was saying. There was a lot of talk on
yeah.
Rannazzisi's pod, and then it's because it went Punch Drunk, and then it went Rannazzisi and Biddlecombe, and then it went Danish and O'Neill that Saturday evening, and that was the procession of podcasts that day, and both podcasts.
It was Ian Bagg in between.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, between Rannazzisi and Danish. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even see Ian Bagg.
I saw Ian Bagg. We did the improv together, but then
A lot of guys I didn't run into at all.
he was on my improv show at the Tempe Improv. I talked to him for a while. I hadn't talked to him in a long time. There was then on Danish and O'Neill and on Rannazzisi's, there was a lot of talk that fans were saying that Sam didn't get the hot dog all the way in and just kind of tucked it and faked it.
Well, if he did, he faked it really, really well.
That's what I was saying too, because I was going to say
no one noticed.
I was going to say, well, the fans were saying that.
Yeah, I talked to some people who noticed. But.
I am here to say that I won that bet, and I am here to say that bet is paid off. You guys both did a fantastic job. No one expected the hot dog bet to be paid off while we were in Phoenix.
Not that day.
You can see right here Sam plunger fucking you with a hot dog, and your face looks kind of like, yeah, I'd kind of like this. Was there any part of you that liked it?
No.
It's a weird pause there. It wasn't an immediate no.
I'm not trying to think of an honest answer, but it's
his face was a definite no. That was like, no, I definitely am out on this.
Sam, I think, kind of enjoyed it. Watch him.
Anybody can say what they want. They could say you did it, you didn't do it,
happy.
it wasn't in there deep enough, whatever. I won the bet, and I am the one that gets to say that bet is checked off the list, and congratulations to both of you.
Now, based on Sam's attire during this is the only work the Dodgers did all weekend.
That is true.
Damn, you're right.
That is true. So, guys, listen to the podcast. We'll, probably be talking about it throughout the episode here because a lot of crazy shit happened down there. It was crazy fun. But our podcast was, Aaron, congratulations to you. You probably worked just as hard as anybody at this thing. How much work was it for you?
Between me and Emma, yeah, I mean, we still basically did 30 hours all weekend.
You 30 hours in a weekend.
Yeah.
Of podcasting.
Yep.
How much do you want to put a gun in your mouth right now?
Not that much.
Really? You had fun.
Not that
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I had fun.
You worked your ass off, but you still had fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I had more, like last year we got to hang out more at last year's festival, and I feel like this year you were way more buried.
He was
Yeah.
avoiding you because of that fucking back face you had.
I mean, that was pretty weird.
That was way later, though. That was at the
Yeah.
whole end of everything.
Yeah, I feel like we stayed out later last year for sure. Me, you, and Johnny were out till like 4 a.m, but
Yeah.
this year it was a little more tame, I think.
Yeah, it felt like it. It felt like it. It felt like it. What were some of your highlights other than Punch Drunk?
I mean, when we first got there, I didn't. It was possible to. We were told by our RT people that none of our computers would work.
Oh, don't you need some of your computers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
We brought 2, and they were like, "You could be 0 for 2, because you didn't tell us you were leaving."
What do you mean though? Why wouldn't they work?
Because we're on a very, very, very secure network here,
Oh, I see.
and we left without informing them. They
Yeah.
knew it was coming, but
And then on the first podcast, you guys had some technical difficulties.
the power went out twice.
Was that Fraser Smith, maybe?
Puck off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And Fraser, and that's Bartnick, right?
Yeah. But yeah, we got it going. We were okay.
Well, I'm glad we weren't the first one.
I love how the pop-up podcast studio last year we got lucky because this bank had just moved out of that area of that building, so we
Joseph
got lucky that we were able to use it. And then this year, still no one was in that fucking building. What a shitty part of downtown that's become.
I mean, we took it over. I love how, and we had mentioned this, but we were the only podcast where they're like, we're going to stop the live stream in the middle of your show. And we're the only ones that they bought things to black out the windows for our podcast.
We weren't live streaming anyway. We didn't go. Right, Aaron? That didn't go out.
We live streamed
on Facebook only, right?
On Facebook, yeah, only.
We were banned from their YouTube page the week before the festival even started.
Well, we did everybody on Facebook. It wasn't like it was just you guys. Yeah. It was just because the amount we would be throwing up on YouTube would have just totally fucked our.
But let's be
Going
honest.
up on YouTube.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah, YouTube is weird about that.
They didn't want us going out to the masses on YouTube.
I understand that.
I mean, we've probably put out more than they would have seen.
Did anything crazier than the shit that happened during Punch Drunk happen that all weekend?
No, I don't think so.
Once again, we were the wild cards of this.
Yeah. We didn't have Stanhope there this year, so that
well,
takes the
I've been
chaos factor way down.
big mistake doing Sober October and the festival on the same month.
Yeah. I'm sure I would agree with that.
Yeah, I saw.
It's but Dorfman was like, that's enough. No more of that. Do it fucking. We'll do this festival November 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to
like relapse week.
And now with Sober October winding down, and it looks like, and what a coincidence, Joe Rogan is going to win the fitness part of this. Which,
obviously.
Big surprise.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically was like, I'm making myself a belt.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Lance Armstrong.
Right. 100%. So, is there a consolation prize? Like, hey, nice try. You almost got as fit as one of the most fit people on the fucking planet.
Like, whoever comes in second is really the big winner of that one.
Like, he's buying, like, you follow him on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. He's been buying, like, new equipment, like, every other week. Like, I just bought this $5,000 piece of workout equipment to help me win this belt.
Who's the fifth?
The rest of you guys are jogging in the street like Rocky and shit.
Who's the fifth person in it? I saw him.
Stanhope.
Is he still in it? Look, he didn't even. Rogan posted the results. Stanhope is so far down, he doesn't even show up in the.
Oh, he's the one at the bottom?
Yeah, I guess
but
so.
You can't
he
go
doesn't
down.
work out. He doesn't work out. He just is sober.
Which for him, that's a workout.
So there's somebody down there, though. Do you know if there's a fifth person in the fitness challenge, Ari?
No, there's not. It's just the 4 of us.
Well, no, I mean, Rogan posted a thing, and it's got 5 people on it, but the fifth person is cut out, so you can't see who it is. I was just curious. People were asking on Instagram.
Show me.
It's on the screen now.
See how there's one at the bottom there?
See down there?
See down where?
At the bottom.
It's the 4, and then there's a 5th one right down where the little cursor
The
is.
screen cuts off.
Where it's cut off.
Segura.
No, below him, though. There's somebody else.
Right below Segura. See how there's like a one below there that's kind of cropped off?
No, there's nothing.
Yeah, there is, but you can't see it because the signal's maybe not that strong.
Scroll up a little bit because it goes dark. It says new tech for no reason.
Can you see now?
Oh, I don't know. It's just someone else he's friends with. That's not. Maybe it's Jamie, but he's not in it.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
How okay? So he's 2,000 ahead of you. How much work is that? How big a difference is 2,000 points? Is that like
it's impossible. A solid hour workout. The most you can get is 240 points.
Oh shit!
For an hour going heavy. Probably 230, 220 for like a pretty heavy. So if you do 2 hours and you get like 400 points, that's pretty solid. You can't doing 300 and getting 600 points is like fucking impossible.
So it's for sure done. Like there's no chance. People were saying like Kreischer's gonna do a crazy marathon workout on the last day and catch up, but it's not possible, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you guys are going to do a podcast. I imagine you and Rogan are missing pot the most, and everybody knows what Kreischer's missing.
Everybody knows what Kreischer's missing. I'm actually missing alcohol the most. I think
Really?
This year, I miss pot a lot, but alcohol is the main to me this year.
That's interesting. Why do you think that is? Because in the last year, when you were in Edinburgh, you became more of a drinker, or what?
Yeah, maybe Edinburgh, and then it carried over to here. Michelle Wolf introduced the Aperol Spritz to the Comedy Cellar, so we've been getting drunk off spritzes a lot, and it's just been a fun drinking month. And I don't know, it's just great drinking here. I just haven't been able to. It sucks.
Yeah, well, you're about to.
Yeah.
And now, are you guys all going to do Smash and Stone November? Is that what you're going to call it?
November.
Whoever puts the most weight on strictly from drinking, you win a belt with but a bigger belt. It has more loops in it.
Just get a whole punch, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a question of how much weight is Burt going to gain now in November.
I put the over under at 14 pounds.
Well, had he lost weight? Because he was still pretty big.
That's the thing with Burt. You're like, have you even lost weight? And then you're like, oh, you realize, oh, you have, but he's just so fat to begin with.
Because when you were behind him naked on stage, you were completely hidden by Burt. I mean,
It's called eclipsed. Eclipsed is the word.
Yeah.
Well, it is upon us. Baseball is over. The Dodgers shit the bed.
Oh, dude,
as predicted.
Sorry, go ahead. Bring up something.
No, I'm saying as predicted. Dodgers shit the bed.
Yep, 2 in a row.
Perhaps that's why Tripoli. Perhaps that's why Tripoli isn't here. And I will do this for Sam because he likes to do this. Dodgers!
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 Dave Roberts, you suck.
Shit the bed again. Are they going to be the Buffalo Bills of baseball?
I hope so.
Well, they got 2 more times to try.
I think that window's closing fast. They got some aging guys. They're going to lose some players.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll sign some people though. It's still LA.
They got, and they have such a fucking big checkbook, unlimited amount of money.
Yeah. The question is, will they re-sign Machado, or is Machado going to New York or anywhere else?
Atlanta, come to the Braves.
Machado doesn't really have, and the Yankees don't really have much room. That's the problem. They got 2 outfielders who are like lifers, you know, who aren't going anywhere. You can't move them. You got fucking 3 infielders that can't go anywhere. There's just no room to fit anybody anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what moves other than like pitching rotation and bullpen.
You'd have to
you guys
trade
do.
a guy like Andujar or something like that, and it's like, wow. I mean, you get a lot for people like that, but like, do you really want to do that?
The article I read said that they kind of soured on him after seeing his work ethic and
Machado
and Duhar or Machado.
Pitchiness. Machado.
Yeah, I like how people are like, he's dirty. And I'm like, yeah, fucking own up to it, man. Be the dirty guy. Don't deny it. Go, yeah. No one's getting hurt.
Well, he wants dirty. He wants to play shortstop too. I think that's one of his
and he has not
criteria.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you ain't playing shortstop at fucking Yankee Stadium. Sorry.
Well,
even fucking A-Rod knew, hey, I'm not playing short here. I'm moving.
Yeah.
At least till Didi gets back.
Now, Aaron,
it's Didi's position.
We got back, and then you immediately went to Game 5, right, Aaron?
Yep. My wife is a Red Sox fan. She says hi.
You pregnant yet?
Oh, yeah. No, she was texting me from the game. I'm like, where are you at?
Oh,
I go, where you at, baby? She goes, oh, I'm fucking with what's his face, but at least I'm at the game.
Oh, it's too bad you couldn't get a real Dodgers stab in. Is what I'm saying.
Did you have good
Can I
seats,
ask
Aaron?
the sports world for something for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Klay Thompson hit 14 threes in a game in really 3 quarters.
Unbelievable.
Can someone on the internet, turn that highlight reel into a mashup of autistic kid hits a bunch of 3-pointers?
You mean like the ESPN story about a guy who, you know, like when they have
it's always the ball boy. I want somebody to do that with Klay Thompson. But like the Golden State Warriors ball boy got into the game and he suffers from autism and then every time he hits a shot, you just hear oh yeah, like something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Watching him in between. I don't know if you can cut in footage of like in between plays if he's just like looking at his shoes or something autistic. I want to see that video. It couldn't go more than 3 minutes, and it would be great.
I'm sick of them.
The Warriors?
Yeah, but this one would be a good knockoff of it.
Oh, I like that. I like what you're saying. I'm just saying, in general, I am completely sick of them.
The crowd jumping up and down, loving it.
Yeah, see, that's great. That one actually, and I know that I'm going against everything that I've ever said on this show, but there was the one where the kid actually, the autistic kid, came in and like couldn't miss.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah,
I don't like when these fucking one-legged people run for 80-yard touchdowns. Like, come on.
Well, dude, during the World Series Game 5, Aaron,
Yeah.
it felt like it just killed the mood. That stand up to cancer thing, like 10 minutes in the middle of the fucking World Series, everybody holds up somebody who died.
It wasn't during Game 5. It didn't happen.
Oh, wasn't it? Maybe
if
it was
it
Game
was,
4.
I was at the concession stands at that point.
Yeah, it was
I don't know.
during the stretch, and
I bet you were.
they dimmed the lights, and everybody,
Harsh.
including the players, hold up these signs of people who died in the middle of the game.
Oh, that's lovely.
How depressing, right?
It wasn't during our game.
Well, they're always trying to get that shit in there, the fucking cancer and all. And my problem with it, and we've always said that on this show, is like, but this is the reason I watch sports. This is the reason I go to movies. And, you want a little bit of your life,
autistic kids?
Game 4.
couple hours a day, where I don't have to think about cancer, and I don't have to think about school shootings, and I don't have to think about all this crazy shit.
Watch this shit. Right
Weird,
in
I'm the opposite because I love thinking about it.
Do you really?
Fuck,
I could see
Yeah,
that.
because I don't have it, so it's awesome.
I got tricked.
But what happens when you do have it?
Well, this is from a
Then,
past World Series.
then I won't want to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but all these kids is the opposite. Now
But it's all like it's all a
Oh.
dog and pony show. You think baseball really cares about cancer? I know the NFL doesn't,
This is 2016.
because they keep 95% of their cancer money.
This is 2016. In the middle of the game,
Yeah, I remember. this
everybody
shit.
just holds up somebody who died.
Yeah.
Or who
My
survived.
family said,
Or who survived.
"Oh, it's cancer. Yeah, it's not.
Like,
Yeah,
how
it's
depressing is that, though? In the middle of the game to do that?
I've
Yeah.
been at a Kings game. It was
That's
very
fucking
moving.
crazy. That really does. Like, this is not part of the game."
Look at Bill Murray.
He looks like he's really enjoying doing this. It's like, I was in the middle of a baseball
remember
game,
we
and
used
now
to
let's all think about fucking my dead grandma.
We used to sing "Take Me Out of the Ball Game," and now we're thinking
Yep.
about all the dead people.
Now we're thinking about digging
Hey,
up.
one good thing during Game 5 is during the 7th-inning stretch they did not sing "God Bless America," so that was nice.
I like
Why
that.
not?
I like that.
God didn't bless America.
These
I
guys
guess
know
he
a
did.
lot of people that are dead. Who is that? Brady Quinn? That guy looked like Brady Quinn, didn't he?
Yeah,
Whoever it was.
so depressing.
At least we're watching the Cubs.
Gross.
I know. Gross for you. Mind your own business, Aaron. Were you rooting for the Dodgers or were you rooting for your wife's team?
I was going Red Sox. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't support the.
How bad were
Dodgers.
how bad were the Dodgers fans?
They weren't bad at all. They were shockingly stayed the entire game. Were cheering the entire time. Like
How many?
they didn't give up, even though like
They're better when they're losing.
What were the percentage of Red Sox fans to Dodger fans?
it was probably 60-40 Dodgers.
See, that's crazy.
It was a lot of Reds.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
what about this Rams
Wow.
game? This Rams game Sunday, apparently it was like half and half at best with Packers fans there.
Dude, when we went to
They were shocked.
when we went to the Vikings Rams Thursday night game, It was easily 60% Vikings.
Well, whatever it was this week, it
The
was
whole
like way
stadium
worse.
was purple, and they were doing that skull chant. You know, where they clap, like that whole thing. And like 60, 70% of the stadium was doing the skull chant. And that's the best team in the NFL, in the second biggest market in America. And they still, and I can't even fathom what it is to be a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
That's got to be 90%. Every game the Chargers play is a road game. All of their home games.
Fucking Hollywood Park.
They're playing at that fucking
Home Depot
Carson.
Center.
Yeah, in Carson. That's a soccer stadium. That holds.
Carson's lovely.
That holds like basically it's like an NBA stadium. It holds like 30,000 people.
So are they not moving into the same stadium?
They're moving into the same stadium as the Rams.
Okay, that's why they're doing it, so they can split the cost.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. But it's like, fuck,
It just
man.
seems like such a dumb thing. All anybody talks about is the Rams, and they both move, and no one talks anything about the Chargers.
And the other thing is, the fucked up thing is the Chargers are actually a good team.
Yeah.
Like they're probably a top 6 team in the AFC, which means a playoff team. They're capable of beating just about anybody in the AFC. And there is a way that the Super Bowl could be both Los Angeles teams.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're the third best team in the AFC.
The Rams for sure, possibly.
They're the third best team in the AFC. So you got the best team in the NFC
really?
and the third best team in the AFC.
Third best team.
They're 5-2, yeah.
They're 5-2, and they have a good defense, and they are built in a similar way as the Rams are, which is they have a decent defense. Rams have a great defense, but Chargers have a good defense. You got a running back that is capable of killing the clock. You have a running back that's his 4-yard runs in the first half become 8-yard runs in the second half because he wears you down. You have I know everybody hates Phillip Rivers, but he is absolutely a competent quarterback. I think I was talking to Rannazzisi over the weekend. Imagine if Phillip Rivers was the quarterback of the Giants all these years. They never drafted Eli. His whole career was with the Giants and not stuck in no man's land, San Diego, and then now Los Angeles, which is even worse for them.
Yeah, 5-2. Fuck.
We could be talking about Phillip Rivers as one of the better quarterbacks in the last 15 years. His numbers speak for
You're right.
His numbers speak for himself. He's just always been stuck in this ambiguous, nobody gives a fuck about you Chargers zone.
That's exactly why Eli didn't want to go to San Diego, though, because it's kind of a dead zone.
It is a dead zone.
Media coverage.
For everything. Fan base, fucking everything. They're a good team.
No one's been better, to me, in the last 25 years than Heath Schuler.
Imagine Chargers-Rams Super Bowl. And then Chargers win the Super Bowl, and nobody gives a fuck. It's like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there beating off.
Didn't Heath Schuler headbutt the goalpost or something and give himself a concussion?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a play where it's like, I don't understand how a pro-level quarterback could have done this, where he was being chased in the pocket. You know how they like kind of put their back to the forward to turn around?
Yeah.
But then somebody else was coming that way, so he went back the other. So now he's running the opposite direction. And then you got to look this up, Woody. He just throws the ball with 2 hands over his head backwards. He just like launches it this way, and it hits a defender in the chest and drops. But everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Well, I always
like, kill the guy. He was like, "Oh, get it away from me."
I always love the Deshaun Jackson, which I believe he's done it more than once, where he drops the ball before he even scores.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's at the one, like he's got an 80-yard touchdown or a punt return or a kickoff return.
That was Schuler, Ari? Heath Schuler?
Heath Schuler. Okay. Maybe against the Cowboys. I'm not sure, though. And fucking, by the way, everybody said Pittsburgh was dead. 4th best record in the AFC.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's not dead. Pittsburgh's never dead.
I'll tell you who's not dead. The Panthers.
Panthers look good.
Number 1 defense in the NFC, the Ravens. We scored 34.
Well, let's take a look at find this video, and then we'll take a look at this week's. We'll take a look at this week's schedule, and we'll get our locks of the week. Mine, I can't remember. Oh, I didn't do one last week because I wasn't here last week. But I'm doing all right on locks of the week. Point spreads have been hurting me. I've been predicting teams correctly, but then the point spread didn't do well for me. Heath Schuler, remember that bum?
Gus Frerotte replaced him, I believe.
Gus Frerotte also
Gus
bum.
Frerotte. You got
Also bum.
replaced by Gus Frerotte.
If you get replaced by a Gus, it's time to look at yourself in the mirror.
No, wait. There's a great Gus on the Redskins.
Who? Not
I
Frerotte.
don't remember who.
Frerotte.
No, not Frerotte, but who was? It was like a Hall of Famer Gus from like the '60s. Who?
I don't know. Woody's looking it up. I like calling you Woody because we're talking about your dick, bitch.
Gus.
Yeah, we're looking it up.
He had a radio show.
Gus Edwards?
No, he's a quarterback, I think.
He had a radio show.
Gus,
Yeah, later.
Gus Sonnenberg?
Come on.
Come on. Not
These are the Gus's of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Gus Sonnenberg. You don't get a lot of Jewish football players. What's his face is playing like. Well, he actually played okay the other day, but overall, I think he's the worst of rookie quarterbacks.
Oh no,
in
Gus Frerotte
Arizona.
was the one who headbutted the wall.
Oh, okay.
It was Frerotte. It wasn't Schuler.
That Frerotte.
There was also a kicker who like kicked a field goal and was celebrating and like dancing, and then immediately blew out his fucking MCL.
Oh yeah, that was one of the brothers.
Oh yeah, it was. God, one was in
It might not
Tampa.
have been a Gus. I'm
Yeah,
fucked
one was
up.
in Tampa, one was in Arizona, I think.
Yeah, that's right. What were those guys' names? Fuck, that's gonna make me nuts.
There it is. Grammatica.
Yeah, the
Oh, are you
automatic.
talking about the injury? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Bill Grammatica and Martine both got injured celebrating.
I mean, that's a family. Can you imagine like their big family Christmas, and they're all trying to dance around, and everybody just drops at their family because everybody in their family can't dance. I'm gonna watch this. It's a 50-yard field goal, and who wouldn't want to celebrate that? Well
Blew
done.
it right out. Wow.
in the first quarter too.
Blew his knee right out.
Hooray, we did it. Ow, my knee. Oh, God, the pain.
In the first quarter, first score of the game. Boom.
God.
Crazy.
Automatica, that's what they call them. One of them went to Florida State, if I recall.
Automatica. What a good name.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Let's see this. Let's see what schedule we got this week, and then we'll do this, guys. If you want to take our advice and make some money or lose some money, but anyway.
I was thinking of Sonny Jurgensen.
Oh, there you go. I do know what you're talking
Not a
about.
Gus at all.
Either way,
go ahead. Hey, I'm interested in making money.
Either way, it's free money. It's free money.
Oh. Favorite
Thanks to our good friends at BetDSI. Go to betdsi.com or get the BetDSI app. Use the code PUNCH25, and that gets you $25 free to gamble with. Whatever you put in on top of that, guess what? Our good friends at BetDSI will double it, and now you got some money to gamble with and win. We're going to go over this week's schedule. We'll give you our locks of the week. Feel free to parlay Ari's, mine, and Johnny's locks. If
I wouldn't do mine anymore. I've been over the last two. I don't know what's happening. I'm in a free fall.
Are you?
Yeah,
They're-
I bet against me actually at BetDSI.
Well, whatever
I'll
Ari
probably
says,
stick
bet
with it.
against what Ari says. I've been actually okay. I think I'm a little bit above 500. And the only times I've been wrong, well, except for the other week, I definitely thought, and when I was at Steve's, and here's how I lost a joint. I said for sure Seattle was going to lose to, who did they play last week?
Baltimore?
No,
Baltimore.
Panthers played Baltimore.
It was, what was last week? Whoever that, and I was way wrong. Detroit.
Lions, yeah.
Lions, yeah. I thought for sure Lions were going to cover that, and Seattle just beat the pants off of them. So I was wrong last week.
Okay. Oakland at San Francisco. San Francisco favored by 3 versus Oakland. Boring.
That's a boring game. I probably wouldn't touch
We're not
that.
going to go through all of these again, are we? Come on.
No, you
Let's-
don't want
we're
to.
just
Okay,
gonna-
well,
we're
here's
just gonna think.
the biggest home dog, Ari, is Buffalo is at home versus Chicago, and they're favored. Chicago's favored by 9 at Buffalo. That's the biggest home
I
dog.
mean, that would be my lock, but they fucking blew it last week. I'll still do it. I'm sticking with it, but I bet against me. I'm sticking with the Buffalo Bills to cover 9.
Okay.
That's not bad.
See if anything looks fishy here.
Carolina, Tampa, Cleveland, KC, 8.5. Oh, I'm all about this.
Really?
KC, Cleveland. Cleveland is getting 8.5. I haven't seen the rest, but right now that's tentatively my lock of the week.
You're taking Cleveland in the points.
No, I'm taking. I think Kansas
okay,
City wins that game by about 30.
Got it. Okay.
Cleveland just fired their coach. Once again, Cleveland is just in shambles. Kansas City looks really good.
Could be that like interim coach bump though, depending on who they hire.
Maybe. I mean, it does. It gets so it's a little bit of a wrinkle in that. Miami and the Jets, fuck that. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, fuck that. Oh, Atlanta, Washington. Oof, I ain't touching that. That's pretty much a pick 'em though. 1.5. Houston, Denver, 1.5.
This might be something. Green Bay at New England, 5.5. New England's favored by 5.5 because Green Bay played the Rams right down to the wire.
I do like that. New England doesn't really scare me.
No.
Rams in New Orleans will be the game of the week. That's also 1.5 for the Rams. New Orleans coming to Los Angeles. Oh no, Los Angeles going to New Orleans.
And then Dallas is favored by 6.5 at home versus Tennessee.
Well, they got that fucking Amari Cooper. We'll see what happens. This is what we now can see if Dak Prescott is actually a real quarterback or not. Maybe not even this week. Maybe the week after.
That's a Monday night game.
We can finally see if all the excuses go away.
How many pre-produced segments do you think they will have showing Tennessee when they used to be the Oilers? Because it's in Texas.
Yeah.
Texas just got somebody from Denver.
Texas? You mean Houston?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Kansas City over Cleveland.
Oh, Demaryius Thomas. Wow.
Demaryius Thomas.
Well, today is the trade deadline. I believe it's at 4:00 today, Pacific time. So yeah, maybe keep it up on like Pro Football Talk or whatever and see whatever. So where did he go, Demaryius?
Houston.
Houston Texans.
Wow, they don't really even need another receiver.
Oh, okay. So Golden Tate going from the Lions to the Eagles.
Okay, they've been looking to make a move, and he's been rumored.
And then these other ones we already had. Damon Harrison, Giants to Lions. Eli Apple, we got that one already.
Got that one.
The others are old. Okay. So.
Saints are interesting. Now they have 3 people from Ohio State in their secondary. There's safety, Eli, and both corners, Eli Apple, and then what's that rookie? Or he was a rookie last year, I think. DB.
They still can't play defense.
I'm gonna go. That's gonna be my BetDSI lock of the week. I'm going
Browns?
Kansas City over the Browns.
8.5.
8.5 points. I think Kansas City will cover that. Just too high octane of an offense, and I don't think Cleveland really scares anybody.
Marshawn Lattimore, is that what you're talking about?
Lattimore, yeah, that's the guy. He's good. He's good.
Lattimore.
Eli Apple gets burned a lot. Are your lock of the week? What do you have? Anything in there tickle your?
Covering against Chicago.
All right, so you're taking Bills and the points at home.
It's my lock of the week.
Lock it up, Johnny. You got one?
Packers at New England.
You're taking
Yeah,
Green Bay.
Packers and 5.5.
5.5 points at New England. I like that one too. So those guys, go to BetDSI, use the code PUNCH25, and take that free $25. Use all 3 of ours. Put them in a parlay and build up the empire. So thank you to our good friends at BetDSI, longest running sponsor, and they're always very cool. They never bitch at us when we talk shit during their reads.
Hey, Ari, how's your asshole? I know you were having some issues immediately after trying to shove that hot dog up there.
Well, he threw a bloody.
Why don't you take a look right now?
He threw a bloody.
No.
Oh my God! Jesus! Oh! What the fuck?
How quick? He's like a ninja. He got that thing out so fast, man.
What the fuck just happened?
Like an ass ninja.
Damn it. I was trying to hang up on a phone call.
It's like a gymnast. He just flipped back. That was amazing.
A gymnast.
Gymnasty? That's gymnastics.
What do you ask me? What do you ask me? What do you want me to do? Not answer his question?
He's a gymnast.
I mean, you could have answered it without maybe a fucking whole presentation.
I appreciate that, Ari. That's thoughtful to me.
You could have been like,
yeah,
well,
I could have answered it in a lesser way, for sure.
You could have been like, it's not good.
Somebody's like, oh, how's that new car? And you go, well, oh, take a look. Here it is. You don't just go, it gets good gas, but it's fucking right here. Let me show it to you.
During the, and you can hear this and watch it if you subscribe to our Patreon, or maybe eventually we'll put it out for everybody. Ari threw a pretty extremely bloody piece of toilet paper in my direction, and it hit me in the face, and then I caught it, not knowing what it was.
Oh.
Yeah. Why he had that with him, I have no idea. You just brought it up as like a prop?
I think it was in his ass.
Yeah, he pulled it
Well,
out
eventually it
from
was in his...
behind
Oh,
face.
is that where you pulled it out of?
Yeah, it's right in my ass. Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Well, afterwards, I was interviewing Ari for the Patreon, and what's her name? Who works at ATC? Aaron.
Oh, Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel. She's like, Ari, I just found your bloody tampon. Could you come pick it up? She was horrified.
Of course.
Like, do you think they told her in her interview, like, hey, you may have to deal with some bloody asshole napkins?
I hope they did. I mean, they had to take Fight Nanny aside and give her a talking to.
That's true, yeah.
Like, are you okay with everything? And then they had to have like a seminar about sexual harassment in the workplace.
I can't believe everybody who was there knew what they were in for. Like, I gotta imagine some people were pretty horrified.
You mean at the festival?
And in the room when all this shit went down with Steve and the asshole.
Aaron, what was
punching.
said? What was said behind closed doors?
Know
Like,
the deal. But yeah, Aaron, what's on your side of the business?
yeah, on your side, what was said before? Like, okay, guys, Punch Drunk is in an hour. Here's what we're gonna do. And then what was said after it was over with all the suits?
Everybody wanted to be there for it. Like everybody. So
Really?
yeah. It was. Everyone was
Because of last
anxiously anticipating it, not dreading it or anything.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because of the porn or because of what happened last year?
Yeah, because of last year. But enough people knew about the porn.
I was told not to. I was told Friday. Yeah, because Thursday I wasn't there. I was told Friday, don't advertise this anymore. It's already going to be too packed. So stop telling people.
Really?
Stop telling people to come to it because it's going to be too crowded.
That was great. Was that the #1 rated? Attended podcast in that studio?
Yeah, in the studio.
No, actually.
What was Comedy Store?
Wrong answer.
Dumb People Town was
What is that?
I don't even know what that
What?
is.
it was the Sklar brothers and Dan Van Kirk.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was like the first one, right?
It was Thursday night, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was like that first.
Yeah, it was the first night.
There was no other options.
Yeah.
Like everybody just got to the festival and they're like, let's all go do this.
Well, yeah, and they advertised it crazy, and I think
Yeah, they did not
they sold
advertise.
tickets. They
That's
did like meet and greets. They did
Oh,
all this
wow.
stuff to get people out.
They did a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all we just.
Is
showed
it
up.
true, Aaron, that you guys tinted the windows because of what happened in our show last year?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ari, you did that, by the way. You made them pay for tinting the windows because of your nudity last year.
No. Society made that.
yeah.
Well, it was his nudity. It was the urination.
There was the mother and child that walked by.
Yeah, there was a family that walked by right when. Kreischer had his clothes off for the most part, and then he. One of my favorite memories last year was when he was talking about how fast he was.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it started a lot of shit.
And then he's like, hey, okay, I'll go run a 40-yard dash right now. And then it's just him
Barefoot.
outside, barefoot, just zero. And he was running pretty fast,
Yeah,
I'm not
he
going
came
to
by
lie.
the window like a terror.
Yeah, he was, I was surprised how fast he was. He could move for a guy that's a little over 300 pounds.
It's that Mickey Mantle gene.
Yeah, it must
For
be.
a guy who will be here next year, he moved very quickly.
Yeah. He moved faster than your fucking Jew father, bro.
Oh.
Hey, oh.
Yeah, but it's 40 yards.
Yeah, that's true.
Good point.
Not 21.4 miles. How long is it?
Half his age.
26.2.
Ah, damn, that's a.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ran 26 miles in my entire life added together. Probably, definitely not. So Dodgers are done.
Yep.
I'm glad.
That's a wrap.
Tired of hearing
Dave
about
Roberts, great managing. David Freese had 2 of their 3 hits, a double, a triple, and a homer. He removed him for a pinch hitter in a lefty-lefty matchup.
You know, a lot of people are bitching about it.
Who struck out?
Tripoli's one of them, and Tripoli's a Dodgers fan, and Dana's a Dodgers fan, and a lot of Dodgers fans just seem like they hate Dave Roberts. But then you got to be like, but dude, this is the guy that got you 2 National League titles, 2 World Series in a row,
I know.
arguably best record in baseball over the last 2 years, and then you shit on him.
Let's not forget the guy cutting the checks for that massive payroll. He's also maybe the guy that got him there because
Yeah, I get that.
they're paying some players.
But could somebody
lot of
else do
players.
better than Dave Roberts?
I think so. I think with that talent pool, he should have won one of the two.
Yeah. The analytics thing, I think it works over a full season. You know what I'm saying? Because those stats, if you have a long enough sample size, they play out. But in a 7-game series, you have to leave a lot more room for chemistry, team chemistry, and just kind of keeping the pitcher in when he's hot rather than being concerned about him getting through the lineup for a third time, which is, the big no-no. You can't let him pitch to the same guy 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so dumb. And the regular season do it all the time. And I guess it's like,
Yeah.
it's just so dumb.
A pitcher gives up a hit in the regular season, and then he stays in there and maybe gets a double play.
Works out of it.
Not in the playoffs. It's like you give up a hit, you're done.
Yeah, it's weird.
See you later.
Short leash. Those short leashes.
I don't like it
Yeah, I don't like it either.
because you don't get a chance to hit your way out of a slump. You don't get a chance to have that spark of bounce back. It's either you produce now or you're out, and then. But what happens when the next guy doesn't? You know, then it doesn't always have to be next man up, in my opinion. I think it's really coming to this thing where it's like everybody is becoming a utility guy. Everybody's like, I can play 4 different positions.
Yeah.
You know, I think we saw a record number of non-pitchers have to pitch this season.
Oh yeah.
Who? Austin Romine did. Who else?
Kiki Hernandez did for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Cubs had somebody pitch.
Charlie Culberson did for the Braves.
Somebody weird for the Cubs had to pitch one game.
Jerko pitch.
Baez, I think, pitched for the
Baez, Baez.
pitched for the
Somebody else too.
Somebody
Baez,
else, yeah, it was like La Stella or whatever that game the Cardinals.
Javi Baez, and somebody else. Yeah, where like it was like a long game, and then everybody was just like, "Fuck it, we're not going to blow our bullpen out.
Yeah.
Let's have our
Charlie
fucking."
Culberson for the Braves was throwing like 95.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird season. So farewell baseball until we meet again, until spring training, and now it's just basketball, football, hockey, and boxing and MMA. That's all that's left. No more baseball. Basketball's
College basketball getting ready to start.
Yeah, college basketball. I'm kind of excited for college basketball because that fucking Zion guy is going to be fun to watch. There's a couple guys that are going to be fun to watch. People that we've been seeing in high school that are just insanely good in high school, we're going to get to see him play college ball for one season and one season only.
Pablo Sandoval pitched for the Giants early in the season.
And he was actually pretty good too.
Kendrys Morales pitched for Blue Jays. Yeah, there are a bunch of them.
Yeah,
Smolinski for the A's.
It always seemed like there was such a rare thing to happen, and I feel like it happened all the time this season.
Mark Reynolds pitched for the Nats in July.
Who else besides Javi Baez pitched for the Cubs? I know there was somebody else.
For the Cubs, Victor Caratini.
Oh, backup catcher.
Yeah, in July.
That was against the Cardinals.
Yeah, Matt Davidson for the White Sox in August.
It's weird.
Yeah, there's a whole shitload of them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, but I also kind of don't like it. Like, you don't want to get struck out by somebody that's not even a pitcher.
Well, it's usually when
I
those
saw
guys
Wade Boggs
home
going
run
in with the Yankees and pitching an inning, and I think he gave up a run, but he also struck somebody out, and it's like, dude,
That's got to feel good. That's got to feel
he
good.
felt great about it. The guy struck out. I was like, God damn it.
That's like
Although,
that's like when Shaq would hit a 3-pointer.
Yeah, at the end of his career, I forget who that guy was. I don't think he was a Hall of Famer or anything. He could probably tell his kids, like, Wade Boggs struck me out once. And they'd be like, what?
I know. You're a loser, Grandpa.
Both Mookie Betts and Brock Holt finished their cycles against
Oh, really?
position players, I believe. Yeah.
Mookie Betts. What a great name.
Good player.
He finally hit a home run that game 5.
Oh, the one you were at?
Yeah, he struggled, huh?
Yeah, he did.
He got him there, though, man. That guy played great this year.
Yeah.
He did.
Are you glad baseball's over?
I'm ready for the offseason because I think the Braves are about to spend some money. So,
I mean, I think the Cubs just need to get that fucking bullpen going. Our bats got cold, but that just happens.
Do we want to take a call?
Yeah, why not?
This guy keeps calling.
Sure, go for it.
You are on the phone and live with Punch Drunk. What the fuck do you want?
630.
Hello.
Start talking.
That's it? Nothing?
630, you're on the air.
Yes.
Oh, hi.
What's up, guys? I was at the festival this weekend. It was fucking great.
Nice. Were you at the
what
show?
up?
Were you at the Punch Drunk Live?
What's up? Yeah, I saw the porno. I saw all our shows. They're all fucking great. Seemed like Ari was the most prolific comic there. Like he was on every show.
I believe I might have been.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome, man. I met T-Bo, I met all you guys. Fighting Annie was fucking awesome.
Yep, she always is.
It's a great time. I hope you guys do it next year. It was great.
We will absolutely be doing it next year, same place. You live in
Did
Phoenix?
You fly in for it?
I came from Chicago.
Oh, nice, brother. Wow. Where in Chicago do you live?
Chicago next year.
Well, Aurora, but
okay, right on.
Were you that Cubs fan that was trying to talk to me?
yeah, I did talk to you.
God damn it.
You had the Cubs tattoo?
He told me that you. Yeah, he told me that he actually did record the whole thing with Steve Rannazzisi and had to delete it later.
I deleted it out of respect.
Yeah, he deleted it. Johnny got some footage of it.
No, not of the Steve
Oh,
thing.
not of the Steve thing, but of the hot dog thing.
Yeah, that's on Patreon.
What was your favorite part of the podcast?
Favorite part of the podcast? Honestly, the hot dog in the bun, in Steve's bun, that whole thing, that shit was crazy. That was like the showstopper.
Double buns, too much carbs for those guys.
That was that guy Sean is the shortstop on my softball team.
The guy that was in the scene?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, he's a hell of an actor, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he got into it.
Steve's ass didn't work out quite like you thought it would, did it, Ari?
No, it's so weird. There's no flab to it. There's nothing.
It's got no grab.
Steve, that female Freddy Krueger that you were with, that was terrible, man.
Yeah. That was great.
I don't know. I couldn't tell if that was a bit or you were serious or just drunk. Or
Well, she was the worst person I've ever met. She reminded me of Perry, Perry Caravello, Ari.
Windy City Heat.
Yeah.
She's that type of like shitty of a person.
Well, she has the looks to match, man. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
she must have a terrible, terrible life. Because you would think if you look like that, you would be a nice person. You know what I mean?
And you brought her into the green room? That was crazy.
You don't know. She just would not stop following me anywhere. I thought I ditched her in.
Going with her into the green room was horrible.
You kept asking people to tell her who you were.
Oh yeah, because she kept going. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Like she was waiting for me to be like, oh, I'm a movie star. I'm somebody famous. No, absolutely not. On my life, I told Johnny and them the whole story when we were. What was this about? Just to shoot it.
For Twitter.
But no. And here's what's crazy. At the end of that night, she's like, oh, I got to go. Married, and her husband had to come pick her up. How hilarious is that? Who would marry that trollop?
What did that guy look like?
Yeah, who knows? Like Seal. Whoever would marry a seal.
Well, she's a well-educated seal, from what I understand. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She kept telling me she had 2 master's degrees and kept saying that she's a millionaire.
Not in dermatology.
And kept saying that she has more money than all of us at this festival. And then about an hour later, it comes out, she's a nurse's assistant. And I'm like, that's what you do with 2 master's degrees? You're an assistant to a nurse? Get the fuck out of here, idiot. You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
An idiot. Well, thanks for calling, bro. Thanks for coming out. Come out next year, and then I'll let you know whenever I'll be in Chicago doing gigs, bro.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, buddy. See ya.
What a dick.
That guy was cool. I do remember hanging out with him. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So I get up. Our show was 4 o'clock Saturday. I get up about. Johnny and I had a hotel together. I get up at about 1. I get up at about 1, and then I go to go get a coffee, go buy cigarettes, because there's only one place you can get cigarettes, and they made $1 zillion off of everybody at this festival. because there's only one place walkable to this festival where you can get cigarettes. So I go get cigarettes, go get coffee, and then I walk over to Stand Up Live in that little Cooper, whatever that place is called, right next to it. And they're rehearsing the goddamn Cooper Cup, and they're rehearsing the goddamn Comedy Jam. And I'm there with Eric Anderson, who's the guy from the Comedy Store, the big boss man. And I can't remember who else, but we're there, have like 2 beers, hanging out. I'm writing my dates out the gates and kind of going through shit we can do on Punch Drunk and kind of like have them an hour before the show, and then I'm going to walk across the street. Rannazzisi shows up. Now, it is about 2:30. We're about an hour away from having to be over to record our pod. And I see Rannazzisi. I'm like, yo, bro, you ready for your big acting scene? And he tells me, I've already been drinking all day. Rannazzisi started drinking at like 10 a.m.
Wow.
10 a.m.?
Yeah, because he was so nervous about the show.
Damn.
So he drank from like 10 to like 5:30.
Damn, 10 a.m.
I think they went to, what's that golf thing?
Top Golf.
I think they went to Top Golf, all those guys. I think they got up, went to Top Golf, and then they were drinking there. And then Rannazzisi was just nervous about, his big scene. And I think he just kept drinking all the way through.
It didn't show. He only threw up twice.
Well, he didn't throw up from booze. He just has a weak constitution. But he did throw up twice. Pukazizi threw up twice.
He threw up on my hand one time because I was trying to rescue his hat from the vomit, and it just got all over my hand.
What was he puking? Just like puke?
Just liquid. Just fucking.
But was it a lot or a little? Because someone was just holding a bucket in front of his face during his whole
It was
scene.
like bile.
It's the opposite of a
chicken
fluffer.
Parm and
It's
it's disgusting. Mustard, yeah, tomato, ketchup.
Opposite of a fluffer
Ugh.
is holding that bucket where it says someone can puke during gay porn. I bet that happens a lot.
That trash can on stage was Emma's call. It was a great call.
Oh, because now did she know that
I told her that
that
She's
he
like,
can
we should have a trash can.
puke at the drop of a hat?
Emma. It was nice to have that right there.
That he can puke at the drop of a hat?
Yeah. I let her know,
The
and
best
she's
was
like,
Rachel
"Yep, we
cleaning
got to be
everything up,"
prepared."
and then go, Ari, I cleaned everything, but there's still the ass tampon. I don't want to touch the ass tampon.
Emma said that? Or Rachel?
Rachel did.
Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'll get it.
Ugh.
It's very nice of you, Ari.
That was very polite of you. Very chivalrous of you, Ari.
Yeah, I'm a chivalrer.
I have the collectible scripts with complete with marinara sauce and vomit on them. By the way,
I also have a
going
copy.
on Patreon.
I also have a copy of a script. Yeah, we'll all sign it.
You want to take this call?
I'm so proud of the script I wrote.
You did a great job.
Is that the same number?
Thank
630 again?
It's the same area code.
Okay, let's take it.
It's another in Chicago. Let's take it one up. You were on the air with Punch Drunk. How can we be of service to you?
Hey guys, can you hear me? It's Rumor Roddy checking in.
I can hear you, buddy.
Oh, Barati, very nice. Back on. The guy who loves giving up great rumors.
What's up, dude?
All right, I got. Oh man, it's almost trade deadline time, and some breaking news just happened. Le'Veon Bell is being traded to the Eagles for Nick Foles and 2 first-round draft picks.
Nice.
Turns out Ben Roethlisberger.
Well,
Turns out Ben Roethlisberger's.
Slow down, Roddy. They
All right,
finally got Nick Foles in a fucking great Le'Veon Bell. What a fucking huge thing.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. Turns out it's because Ben Roethlisberger is retiring at the end of the year. Turns out he actually likes molesting girls in bathrooms more than he likes playing football.
That is true.
That's good rumor, Roddy.
2 different times.
He got a new agent. His old agent used to be one of the homies from the block. Turns out he got one of them Jew agents. He said, and I quote, you guys can quote me on this, them Jew agents can get butter from a duck.
Who said that?
Dai about his new agent.
I hope that's a direct quote.
Oh, it is. Trust me. He was the same strip club I was last week.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, so that's 100% true. Le'Veon Bell, not true. Johnny's saying this did not happen.
Le'Veon Bell getting traded. Oh, it's 100% true. It just hasn't come out yet. It's got 30 minutes, boys. There's a little league team on the south side of Chicago that says they can hit off Kershaw Turns out they're in front of his house, like Muhammad Ali was during Sonny Liston, screaming, "We want a pitcher, not a dick licker."
Wow. I mean, I can understand that. That sounds like something some nice children from the south side of Chicago would say.
It's like he's
And
trying to be
I got one more breaking news, so I hope you guys got a breaking news thing set up. Le'Veon Bell is actually not going to the Eagles. He's quitting football. He says he's getting too many headaches. He's actually going to start playing. What's that? He took a meeting with the U.S. national badminton team. He's going to be playing badminton for $14 a year and all the shuttlecocks he can eat.
Wait, so now what's the first rumor? Is that the first rumor a real thing?
No, he's making all this. It's all fake.
But he had a good last week, didn't he?
Fake news. No, this is not fake, Johnny. Come on. I mean, my name's Rumerati. Would I lie to you?
Oh, good point. No, I'm sorry. I withdraw my comment.
That's all the rumors I got for this week, boys. But some big trades are seriously happening.
Thank you.
Wow, that was a lot. That was nonstop. I think he overwrote this week. I think he got in last week and it went okay.
It was okay.
And then I think he just kind of like, maybe cut that in half and maybe expound a little bit.
Ty Montgomery has been traded from the Packers to the Ravens, though, so that's interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
After that, how much do you think that is because he returned that fucking kickoff when they told him not to?
Oh, that was bad.
I mean, that cost them the game.
Yeah, I really think it did.
A big game at that. And he literally was told by McCarthy, "Don't return this unless you have to," which basically means if you catch it at the 1. You know what I mean? For some reason, it's like not a deep kick. And he caught it at like middle of the end zone and was like, "Fuck
Took it out, man.
Fuck it,"
and fumbled,
and it literally cost him the game, and it cost him his job in fucking Green Bay.
They got him.
Where was he traded to?
A 2020 7th-round pick for the Ravens, a 7th rounder.
They get the Ravens. That's so weird. They don't really. I mean, the Ravens.
Yeah, because they got
everybody.
They have like two good running backs that can kind of catch and.
I mean, he's more of a receiver than a running back. He just has been playing running back because they've been so beat up at running back.
What's it, Javorius Allen or whatever? He basically plays slot receiver, right? That's kind of that same position as Montgomery.
Guys, breaking news. I'll be at the Belly Room. Original Room, 7 p.m. Friday night. Comedy Store.
Did you say breaking news?
Yeah, I just got a spot sent to me. So also at the Comedy Store Friday, 7 p.m. Original Room. Come by. Anybody that shows up and uses the code "punch me in the face," I'll suck your cock in the parking lot after my spot.
Can you give me that code again?
What more do you want? Punch me in the face.
Okay.
And when you say that to me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. But then I will suck your cock after that. It was my way of saying I'm sorry for the face punch.
Fair trade.
Aaron, where did you get your tickets for the game? When you went to Game 5?
I got them on SeatGeek.
Well, there you go. Right, I don't believe that you actually did that, but if you did, you'd have gotten $20 off. Use the code PUNCHDRUNK. And what does that get you? $20 off of whatever tickets you want to buy. You can get tickets for just about everything. Every concert you want to go to, any sporting event you want to go to, comedy shows you want to go to. You want to go to a Broadway play when you happen to be visiting Ari in New York, going to one of his shows? Boom. Get the SeatGeek app.
Broncos at Chargers. Chargers tickets are twice what Rams tickets are this weekend. Seahawks at Rams are $90. Broncos at Chargers, $180 for the cheapest ticket.
Well, they're really trying to make the Chargers just unviable in this town.
It's a small market. It's a small stadium, though, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot smaller.
That's why. There's not as many seats. Get the SeatGeek app. Have
Jerry
it in your phone.
Seinfeld at
How much is Jerry
Pantages,
Seinfeld
$128.
doing for literally 19 straight years. How
Cheapest
much does that
ticket
cost?
is $128.
$128 to see Seinfeld. F that.
All the deals are red, right?
F that.
No, they're all green, actually. The most expensive is
Yeah, let's see what this is.
$165, it looks like.
Well,
You see him doing the same fucking shit act.
Actually, $201 if you want to sit in the mezzanine.
wow. Unbelievable.
I can't even pronounce mezzanine.
Well,
I pronounced it
guys,
perfectly.
get the SeatGeek app. Have it in your phone. Wherever you are in the world, it knows where you are, and it'll tell you what's a fun thing to do, what's a good concert to go to, what's a good sporting event that's around you. Go see some comedy. You can literally see anything you want with our good friends at SeatGeek. Use the code PUNCHDRUNK, and that'll get you $20 off of your tickets. So if you can find like maybe a cheap basketball game or anything like that, literally you could go to the game for $5-6 if you use the code PunchDrunk.
Clippers game.
Say thank you to our good friends at SeatGeek, and I highly recommend you have that app in your phone and just put in the promo code PunchDrunk.
I think I found your game.
Here it is.
Clippers tickets from $8 for the next week.
That's a free game.
Yeah.
Wow.
For $16, you can go to a Clipper game and use the code PunchDrunk.
You can go to
it's
2
free.
games for $16.
And it's free. I'm saying you get 2 tickets.
Oh, I see.
You can bring your dime piece.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? You got some horrible person who looks like Freddy Krueger, bring her.
Bring her.
Probably gonna push her off the fucking mezzanine, but use code PunchDrunk. You would literally go to that game for free with 2 tickets. Come on, guys. Help support the show and help our good friends at SeatGeek. It's a wonderful service, and I am proud to have them as a sponsor. So thank you, guys.
I'm proud to be an
American.
American. Well, at least I know I'm free, and I proudly stand up and give my life.
Got his dick in there.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Wow. Oh, your dick's looking plumped up today.
Yet another unlisted episode of Punch Drunk Sports.
And there it is.
And I'm on the SeatGeek app. Shit.
Yep. Thank God we're on the SeatGeek app. Because otherwise, don't use the code PunchDrunk for that. Because, all right, you've been pretty much naked this entire episode, huh?
I have been naked this entire episode.
Did you just wake up when we first started the episode?
Yeah, I went to sleep at like 8 a.m.
Wow, what were you doing?
Well, I had to upload a podcast till about 6, and then I had to go get a workout in to try to maintain my lead against Fatty and the Fatso.
Right.
So I got the workout in, and then I went fucking shower, bed. Set my alarm for 1:58.
Do you always sleep naked?
No, but I just went straight from the shower, so.
Because I would imagine you would have some pretty bloody sheets if you always slept naked.
Yeah, I've made that mistake before.
This is funny.
Hey, just buy red sheets.
Yeah, you should just buy red sheets.
Yeah, try matching the exact type of red. Good luck, I've been there.
Oh, yeah, because it's a very bright red that seems to be leaking out of you.
That's actually the better red. You don't want a darker red. That means you got like some colon bleeding. But bright red means it's just your hemorrhoids.
Yeah, that's what people have told me.
Yeah.
But you know, how long? What have we been doing this show? Like 7-8 years. For the most part of the length of the run of our show,
think about how many women have had that.
You've been bleeding out of your ass, and yet you don't seem too concerned.
No, I mean, I finally went to the doctor, and what do we got there?
And the doctor said, "Hey, bleed, bombs away, bleed as much as you want. Everything's A-OK." Who's your doctor? Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, he said it was just internal and external hemorrhoids. Fucking warrior. Both hemorrhoids possible. And
2 for 2.
Sounds like you go to Dr. Kevorkian.
He's hitting 1,000 on hemorrhoids.
Yeah. Wait, which one is Dr. Kevorkian? The suicide doctor?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I miss him.
Never forget. He's dead, right? He gone.
Yeah, he died.
He gone.
He gone.
He gone.
What? Why are we? Where'd you go, Ari?
All right, we've lost you, but I feel like it's for the best.
No, I'm right here. Why? What happened?
Well, we can't see you. Can you?
It looks like you hit something on the phone and then your face went away.
Which I'm fine with because in the last few minutes, Johnny, is that the new iPhone?
It is, yeah.
Like the new one?
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't you just get the new one?
I got it maybe a month ago. This one.
Oh, okay.
When it came out.
Okay.
This is funny. The Cowboys traded a first rounder for Amari Cooper, and the Texans and Eagles got Demaryius Thomas and Golden Tate for 3rd and 4th rounders, respectively. People were making fun of the Cowboys for overpaying.
Wait, Golden Tate went
4th rounder.
Where'd Tate go?
I mean, not overpaying. They could have gotten all those guys.
Where did Tate go?
They could have gotten the
Eagles.
first rounder and the 3rd and the 4th rounder and gotten all of them.
They could use now. That is a team that could use a receiver.
Eagles, yeah.
I'm a little surprised with Hopkins. I mean, Demaryius Thomas is going to really make a difference in Texas.
Oh, cool. We got a comment on Twitter. Totally just saw Ari's butthole. Classic. So
Nice.
you're welcome,
Oh, well, yeah. Well, congratulations for that.
Richard
Okay,
Franco.
cool.
Congratulations. Well,
so-
you have just gotten 7 years of good luck.
So fans, don't tweet at me why this episode isn't listed.
Yep. You now know why. You know
Please
why.
tweeted Aaron. Why the fuck? I asked for my episodes to be listed. What are you doing over there at Punch Drunk?
Yeah. Aaron, how much trouble? What's the most amount of trouble we've gotten you in? Have we gotten you in trouble?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
What about when they spilled all that shit in the old studio?
No, that was a panic that set into my own mind, but I was fine.
So we haven't actually damaged any equipment.
Oh, that's when not Ari, but I think Sam spilled coffee.
An entire coffee.
And refused to clean it, right? It just kind of watched you clean it. Is that...
No, he snapped his
Stormed
finger
out
and
of it.
pointed at you. Hey, walk my dog, bitch.
Hey, fuck boy, he said. I believe were his exact words.
Hey, you dumb fuck. Why don't you clean up my mess? I'm hungry. All right, well, I don't know why we can't see you, bro. I mean, again, it's probably
I
for the.
I turned the thing around and now it's like.
It's probably for the best. I'm not 100% ready, and I guess we can always save it because it's Sam's forte. But I'm not 100% ready for NBA yet.
No.
Really?
Well,
The fucking, as long as Anthony Davis stays healthy, the Pels look great.
what a dumb nickname.
But when
for a
he's
team.
not healthy, they are in serious trouble.
Now, it's funny that they're the Pelicans. You know who named them.
The owner's
that
wife,
fucking
right?
Idiot's wife.
Yeah.
That's a stupid name for a
It's
team.
a real dumb name.
Even the short
dumb
the
name.
Pels. I mean, that's
It's a dumb name for a basketball team, the Pelicans.
I mean, no more than the Seahawks.
They should have just gone with the Jazz 2.
But Charlotte, the Hornets. I mean, that's like a classic, great name. The one they lost. I'm glad it's back in Charlotte.
Hornets, though. I mean,
No,
the
dude, Hornets.
bug.
Come on, man. That's cool. Hornet.
Maybe.
There aren't actually NBA team names. Some of them really suck. Like
Some of them really suck.
I mean, Clippers,
yeah, Bucks,
Lakers, Bucks. Bucks at least is like a pirate.
Wizards.
Wizards.
Ugh.
The Bullets were better than the Wizards.
Oh, way better. Yeah, but all the
Way better.
murders,
Just
all
those
the
murders, man.
Yeah.
Just those fucking murders.
Yeah, but come on.
Come on,
Nuggets.
it's exactly good logic.
Nuggets.
I don't know if there are a lot of Grizzlies in Memphis.
The tailgates.
Supersonics was kind of cool.
Yeah, they should bring that back.
That was kind of a cool name.
Supersonics.
I
Oh, that's
just-
Superchargers.
I just
San
don't like
Diego. Superchargers.
like
Do they still sing that?
with the teams that moved and kept the name. That was weird. Like the Lakers. there's-
Yeah.
Lakers.
And the
Jazz.
Jazz. Like the
Jazz.
Jazz is the weirdest.
The Jazz is the weirdest. Like
At least the Hornets, they have
Utah, like
Hornets in
Utah's known for jazz. You know what I love when I go to Utah? That big jazz scene that they have there.
All those Mormon jazz
All
legends.
those
Yeah.
white,
Yeah.
boring ass Mormon motherfuckers. They know how to play the fucking sax.
They should sell that back to New Orleans, and then Utah should go buy the Wonder Bread or
Yeah. The child fuckers,
The magic underwear.
the cults. That'd be a good one. The Utah cults.
Yeah.
I could get behind that.
Pioneer.
Like, what are the best NBA nicknames? Probably like the Pacers. That's pretty good.
Pacers is a good one. I mean,
Why?
because they're from Indianapolis, the Indianapolis 500. It's the pace car. They're
Celtics.
setting the
Celtics.
they're setting the pace
Celtics is a good
of the
one.
race.
The Heat. I mean, the Heat makes
Heat's
sense.
good. Miami.
Pistons. I like that.
Yeah, Pistons is good for Detroit. I mean, Bulls is weird for Chicago because I guarantee you there's one thing you don't get a lot of in Chicago: random Bulls running around.
That's
You
it.
get bullshit, though. You get a lot of bullshit.
You
What's
do get a lot.
Toronto?
But Bull from Night Court is from
Raptors.
Chicago.
Yeah, the Bull
Raptors.
from Night Court.
Golden State Warriors. That's
Probably
okay,
from
right?
Chicago.
Warriors,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. I'm all right with Warriors.
The Nets is just a piece of equipment.
Yeah, that's
I don't
dumb.
know.
Nets is like whatever. That's like the fucking New York shoes.
Sacramento Kings. That's a little too generic, right?
Kings is like
Yeah.
whatever. Clippers is silly.
Spurs is good.
By the way, were you saying the New
Spurs
York
is a good
Shoes,
one.
Their actual team name is New York Pants.
What do you
It's
mean?
Knickerbockers,
Oh,
right?
the
Yeah.
Knickerbocker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's just as dumb.
it is dumb. Knickerbockers is a dumb one.
I like Phoenix, the Suns. That's kind of neat, right?
Suns is good for them.
You get after being there. You really
Raptors is silly. Unless like Toronto, like they just found a lot of dinosaur bones in Toronto, which I don't think they did.
Hawks is okay, right? Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, it's kind of generic. It's kind of like Bulls.
Kind of keeping in the bird theme though. It's not a whole city. Like
It should be the Atlanta Blacks.
It doesn't have to. Yeah, it should be. It doesn't have. And then them and Cleveland can both be the Blacks.
Or
It doesn't have to necessarily be about the city, but as long as it's a fierce type of mascot, the Duke Blue Devils. It's like, all right, that's what works.
why are they blue though? Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why not just the Devils?
I guess
Because it's not about that life.
it's not about you satanic bastard.
It
What
used
are
to
you
be
talking about?
Trinity College, and then they went private, or got bought out by some guy, and he named them the Blue Devils.
I still can't believe the Redskins are still a thing.
It's insane.
Yeah, right? They really dug down. Same with the Cleveland Indians, though.
Indians is okay. Their
Yeah.
logo is pretty racist.
Yeah.
They're
But you can
changing
say
that.
Indians, and I know Wahoo or Chief Wahoo is gone now.
Yeah, finally. But
Finally.
they wore it a lot this year.
Well, yeah, they did wear it a
Every
lot.
time I tuned in, I was like, holy shit.
But the thing is, like, I get, like, Cleveland Indians to me isn't a racist team name. Now, their logo was racist.
This was my favorite racist logo for the Braves, Nakahoma.
Yeah, but that's not, like, really a racist thing.
He's
That's
just
like
a
an
badass.
Indian
yeah,
guy.
he's just a badass Indian guy.
The other one is like, I'm a dumb, drunk Indian,
Yeah,
and I
he
like
sure
to
is.
fucking...
Chief Wahoo, right?
Yeah, that's a bad one. I mean, that's really racist.
It's the teeth.
And then...
Yeah, he's got,
Come
like,
on, that's
giant
almost like
teeth.
blackface for American Indians. Look at that one. That's so bad. Oh,
I don't know, man, they're always telling me, like, how would you like if they had the New York Jews and they had, like, a really good cartoonish Jew? But it's always, my answer is, that'd be fucking sick.
well, you would love that, yeah.
I mean, look at the
would
Fighting
love
Irish.
it.
I mean, that's like a caricature of an Irishman, right? Red hair, short guy running around.
Which
Nobody,
one?
the Fighting Irish. Nobody gives a shit about that. Notre Dame.
Yeah, but they're all so drunk, those Irish guys, that they don't even pay attention.
Exactly. Nobody.
Not
cares.
that the American Indians aren't either.
And you can't say that the Irish didn't face racism. I mean,
the name Cleveland Indians, if you have a different logo, I think it's not racist. Redskins is racist as fuck.
dude, have you seen there's this like Compton or something that's got a mascot called the Tar Babies? Have you?
What?
Hold on.
What?
This can't be a real thing.
Yeah, no, it is.
This can't be a real thing.
Hold on. Yeah, here you go. Compton High School Tar Babies.
What year is this? What?
Short for the Tartar Babies, I guess. But look at the. Hold on just a second.
I mean, come on.
There it is. That's their mascot.
Blow that
Oh,
up.
man, I would see that.
What? What?
It's weird, right?
What the hell is that? That can't be real. What?
Compton High.
This is in what year? This is currently?
Hold on.
This can't be real. This has to be a joke.
Compton High School. Let's see what they're.
They're definitely not that anymore.
They can't be that anymore. But that did look like a modernized logo, though. That didn't look... That's terrible if that's true. And I also would like to send my children there.
Compton
That's
High
crazy.
School mascot, the Tar Babes. There it is. That's their modern mascot, the Tar Babes. That's what it says. It's short for the Tartar Babies.
What is a tartar baby?
I don't know.
He's got bad teeth.
Turkish.
Bad teeth, bad
Tartars.
everything?
The Turkish people are a collection of ethno-linguistic groups of Central, Eastern, Northern, and Western Asia, as well as parts of Europe and North Africa.
Weird.
If it takes that big of an explanation, that is not a good mascot.
No, they're called the Tar Babies. though,
Correct.
And it's this guy right here.
Wow. All right, can you see that?
No, I can't see anything.
Why are you gone?
I don't know what happened to it. I'm going to have to call back. There's only 10 minutes left, so I don't know.
Yeah, no,
He wears a diaper and carries a big sword. That's the description on.
Well, that's exactly what he looks like, and he also has
Wikipedia.
no teeth, and he looks like he's dumb as fuck. Looks like he's dumb as fuck.
Wow. Even if you're the best athlete, you're drafted number 1 in the NBA, do you get that Letterman jacket?
I would love that Letterman jacket. You're in the band, the marching Tar Babies. Tartar Babies, I apologize.
What
The
if
marching.
you're like the best? You're like a white kid who goes there. You're the best 3-point shooter they've ever seen. Do you get the Letterman jacket?
Absolutely not.
Aunt Jemima, that one's pretty racist. You want to take his call? Let's see what we got here.
Why not? What is up? You are on the line with Punch Drunk. How can we service your face?
Yeah, I've got a real sports question for you guys now that Tripoli's not in the studio. Is John Gruden tank the Raiders?
Is John Gruden
get draft picks and blow everyone up for the next 5 years?
In a way, I think that he is. I've heard from sources that shan't be mentioned, but his name rhymes with Mandrew Milaniano, that he hates every draft pick that, what was it, Reggie Nelson? Who's their GM before that had drafted?
Some fuck, who knows?
So he every one of his draft picks, he kind of like, it doesn't feel like that guy plays Gruden ball. And we've seen that. I mean, from Khalil Mack to now Cooper to whoever else. You know, you even hear rumors that Carr might not be the guy of the future. So I do think that to an extent.
On the field?
Dude, they have so many draft picks now. It's insane.
Reggie McKenzie.
McKenzie, yeah. Nelson was a safety. Reggie Nelson was a safety from Florida.
Gruden's analytics, that guy knew every high school quarterback and college quarterback for the next 5 years.
Yep.
He's on his map.
100%. 100% right.
A plethora of pick from moving up.
Hey, when is this going to call in?
Is Gruden a good coach, though? Because he won a Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's team.
Steve is calling. Can you take that?
Awesome. Thank you. We are taking a call, and you are on the BetDSI SeatGeek Celebrity Hotline. Who do we have on the line?
Steve.
You there? Rannazzisi, is that you? No. He'll call back.
Yeah.
He's probably calling to say,
how about this?
What a great time he had, and he had so much fun acting in that scene.
Yeah, watch Cinematext.
Is Gruden a good coach?
He
won his only Super Bowl is with Tony Dungy's team.
I think that he's an overrated coach.
Yeah,
and I've always been saying that. And we're definitely seeing that now.
Is Ari there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, up until 1989, there was something called Darky toothpaste. Look at the logo.
Jesus Christ. Until when?
1989.
Jesus Christ.
Just a black dude.
I can't believe how racist some of this shit is.
It remains popular
in China, where it's called black people toothpaste.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That is less offensive.
I mean, that is less offensive, but to even think that black people need a different kind of toothpaste than white people.
The cream of wheat guy. These are like racist
Of course,
logos,
yeah, these are all racist logos.
Aunt Jemima. Miss Chiquita, that one's not too bad. She's not racist. What is the Saltine Warrior? What is that?
I mean, it goes without saying this country was built on racism.
Just made of crackers?
Yeah,
this country's built on racism. But yeah, these are all horrific.
Frito Bandito. Robertson's Gollywog.
I don't even know what that is. That looks like a monster. That doesn't even look like a... That would scare me if I like walked in my house and that was sitting on the couch.
2001. Wow. I think that's one of those... You know, kids used to get toys that were like caricatures of black people. They're just like black skin with big eyes. He said Steve said he's calling.
Tell him to call right now. I'd love to wrap up with Rannazzisi giving us his interpretation of, well, one, how much fun that he had, and two, how much he would maybe like to do this again. And I do now owe him...
as a weekly segment.
I now owe him 2 joints, I believe. Right, Ari?
Yeah, 2 joints.
At least one for sure, but 2. And then you have a real bet to pay off.
Ugh, icy hot.
How's the begging coming, Ari?
It's awful.
Have you gotten anything?
I gotta go on the subway.
You got what?
I gotta go on the subway.
You don't have any money collected yet?
0. 2 bottles of water. That's all I got. 2 bottles of fucking water.
Well, hey, now do you count that towards the cash value of $40? Or
no.
Yeah.
There's no rule you can't like busk. Like you can't. Can you do stand up for change?
That was my idea. Yeah, have him do stand up.
Well, I actually think that it was only $20.
But I think somebody had to do it before, and you guys doubled it.
Doubled.
I don't think anybody had to do that.
I can, but on the card it was it was strike through, and then
maybe
moved
a
up to
fan
40.
had to do it.
Fan had to do the 20.
Oh, okay. That does make more sense. That makes more sense. I don't know why Rannazzisi's not calling back in.
He said he'd try.
Probably
trying.
homosexual.
He said what?
He said
homosexual.
Because he's a homosexual. Yeah.
Well, that could be a part of it. Man, I can't believe all these trades.
Another one?
No, I'm just saying in general. Actually, maybe take a little look-see, see if there's anything else
Let's see.
happened.
Oh,
here.
there is another one. Dante Fowler from the Jaguars to the Rams for a third-round
What?
pick. Yeah, 2019 third-round pick, a 2020 fifth-round pick.
Dude, that guy,
How
first of
good
all,
is their line going to be?
First of all, that guy is a great pass rusher. He's just crazy as fuck. He's always getting penalized. He's always in trouble. And I think Jaguars are just like, dude, we're sick of your bullshit. And Rams are like, hey, come win a ring then. Fuck.
I wish the Panthers were a team that made trades. There's just
Falcons never do shit either.
Yeah, it's boring, right?
We never do anything. Yeah, it is boring. I mean, we'll make trades on draft day where we'll move up or move down. We always do that. But we fucking never do anything on
There, Steve.
All right, let's take this call. We'll close out with our good man, Rannazzisi, talking about how much fun he had. I mean, if there's one thing I'm sure, it's that he had fun and maybe he wants to do another scene. Let's find out. Steve, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, boys? How are you? Hey, fellas.
Hey, pal. We were just talking about what a great actor you are and how maybe you might want to do another scene sometime in the near future just for fun.
Well, I would definitely, you know what? Acting is a passion of mine. It's something I've been involved with for a very long time. I would love to be, I thought being in the first scene that I was in was great. I'd like to be in a different kind of scene, maybe, something a different type of character, expand my, self a little bit on the podcast, but I'm definitely down to do more scenes with you guys.
Like,
I
what
really
if,
enjoyed it.
What if, like, you're like maybe a ship's captain and maybe you're stuck out at sea with a bunch of hot dudes?
Yeah, again, we're going right down the same sort of alley again, and that's so maybe I'm a ship's captain, and then like I get stranded at sea, and all these like mermaids come up on the water, and they attack me, like all these sexy
with their
hot
giant
mermaids.
dicks. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like the mermaids have like these big cocks.
Like
You don't like that? Who's that, Ari?
That's Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, who gives a crap? You already had your chance. You wrote your scene. It was funny. Now maybe someone else gives something to try.
Hey, Steve, how much of your acting training did you call upon for this little scene?
Meisner.
Yeah, you seem like you were really like, I want to say into your character, but I felt like
you gotta go into a dark place to go where I went on Saturday. Do you understand? You gotta really check out and really separate yourself from what's going on.
I think most of us saw your
I had to go
place.
into it.
yeah,
I look really natural, and I seem to get there pretty quick. So maybe it wasn't that big of a stretch.
we saw your dark place.
Yeah, there was a stretch. It just wasn't your acting.
Wow.
But
now how hungry were
Johnny Martin? Get funny.
how much how hungry did that scene make you? Because we know you love food, and part of your props was a chicken parm.
I'll be honest with you. That day was rough for me to begin with because, number one, I had gone to work out in the morning, and I threw up a little bit in my mouth. So breakfast was destroyed for me, and I had a little, vomit in my mouth already in the morning.
Yeah.
Then we went to Topgolf, and I drank a couple beers, and then I also I ate, some snack foods, like chicken fingers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was kind of full when we got to the thing, and then when you guys just start shoving hot dogs and things like chicken, those are things I normally love to eat, and I kind of wish I was a little more hungry because I probably would have been able to devour more food.
Yeah.
But I had so much stomach issues going on, and then once the taste started mixing in my mouth, forget it. It was a lot of dry heaving and a lot of, I just couldn't I had to get it out.
Now you only puked twice, right?
Yeah, the one time, yeah. I mean, I spit up a lot, and I had to a lot of that.
I think in hindsight,
I really feel like I vomited twice.
Did we lose him?
Came out.
Yeah, I think in hindsight we should have written in your vomiting into the script.
Oh, like some deep throat gagging, that kind
Yeah,
of
like
thing.
some deep throat. Like maybe he just takes a hot dog all the way to the back of his throat, and then then vomits.
No. I'm not deep throating anything, dude. I can't. I have some gag reflex. I'm not about that. I'm not about deep throating.
Now, have you been?
Wait, I'm not about deep throating.
Have you been in contact with the guys that you did that scene with? Is there like a connection there? Did you guys develop feelings?
I want to say no, but unfortunately, yes. We've actually spoken a couple times on Twitter, as a matter of fact.
So can we announce that there perhaps was a on-set romance brewing?
No, but I will say this: they are coming to my shows this weekend at Stand Up Live. If I can shamelessly promote that and also answer your question.
Oh, that's right. You're going to be at Stand Up Live all this coming weekend, right?
Yes, I'll be back in Phoenix. So those guys are coming to the Friday show. So we're going to grab a beer after and maybe chat up what had happened.
They're coming, all right.
What had happened, and then maybe even maybe you guys go out for drinks and see where it goes.
We're going to go for a couple beers. We're not going to do anything. All of us were straight.
It didn't look like it.
And that's fine.
That is totally fine.
I mean, it didn't look like it, but honestly, if somebody didn't drop the ball and got a couple really big, buff gay dudes.
I mean, I tried. I tried. Believe me. Part of me feels like they were there and they just were too afraid or too shy to.
Interesting that Steve would rather have gay men in the skit. That is curious.
Well, I get it. I get it.
I'm just saying it's like a different. We went with a really funny take.
No, you wanted to kiss a gay man. I get it. Okay.
I think the way we went, you needed it for audio and just to listen. Really funny, big laughs and stuff like that. If it was really gay dudes that were super into it and that's a more visual thing, I think, even though what we did was pretty visual too. But that would be more visual, and I think you would have lost a little bit of it.
I think it worked out great. Those guys were, and by the way, one of those guys, if I remember correctly, Aaron was just saying, one of those guys is in Aaron's softball league.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what that's what he was doing.
He's an LA guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
He looked like he could handle some
Scott
balls.
Guy, maybe. Hey, I felt like that one guy that came I feel like we almost shouted him out. And maybe if we didn't, he would have volunteered his own. Remember that white shirt guy that was looked a little bit like he was there to kind of be involved? Do you remember that guy? And then he didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was saying that.
What I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Because 4 people hit me up on Twitter that said that, and they could have just been bullshitting, but they said that they were gay guys that lived in the Phoenix area and they wanted to come out and be in the scene. And then 2 of them hit me up and said that they were definitely going. So I feel like maybe 1 or 2 of them were there, and then they kind of got cold feet once they kind of saw how many people were there, and I don't know.
Yeah. Are people bitching because it was just audio and not video?
No, not yet. And there is a little bit of video. It just cuts out right when we start the scene.
What?
It cuts out.
Oh.
Not of the scene.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the episode, he meant.
Yeah, but none of that.
No, believe me, Ari, if you weren't there and didn't hear it yet, Ari, there were some people trying to video, and Ari shut him down fast. He jumped off the stage.
Oh, yeah.
And said, no.
I felt bad. Ari, I ran into him yesterday. He was unpacking the van with all the equipment. And I was just like, hey, dude, sorry about that whole thing. He's like, oh, no, it's all good.
Steve, before we go, because we're going to wrap up here, why don't you plug your new podcast?
Ari there?
Ari, I think, just left.
Yeah, he dropped. I think he dropped his call dropped.
Yeah, his call dropped. Okay. Plug your new podcast on All Things Comedy Podcast Network.
It's tomorrow, guys. It's All Things Comedy tomorrow live, 9 a.m. at the All Things Comedy Studio. What's the odds with Steve Rannazzisi? It's my guest is Brett Ernst, live via Skype. We're going to talk the midterm elections, and we're going to bet on a couple of them. We're going to bet on the blue wave happening or not. Then we're going to bet on some props in L.A., whether or not we're going to turn the clocks back, shit like that. And then, of course, talk some college football. So that's tomorrow, 9 a.m. What's the odds?
Love it, buddy. Love it. All right, well, thanks again for doing everything, man. You really went above and beyond. All jokes aside, that is how you pay off a bag of bets. You inspired those two bozos to put hot dogs in their butts, which this show definitely needed. It was one for the ages, and it couldn't have happened without you, brother. You really fucking came through, and had a blast with you this weekend.
Impressive.
Oh, dude, it was a blast. I love you guys.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Later.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That is another episode of Punch Drunk. I want to say thanks to Aaron. Thanks to everybody at All Things Comedy. Thanks to Ari. Sammy will be back next week, and so will Fight Nanny. Johnny, as always, you can consider it sucked. And thank you to our good friends at BetDSI and SeatGeek. Go ahead and get on those, and good luck, everybody. Suck it.